Is there any players in this January window that you think need to make a move, perhaps a loan deal? Anybody that you think is sort of at that verge of, whether that's a Ferreira or somebody whose interest has recently peaked that you think is ready for the next challenge? And if so, who do you think that is? And my second question to that, is there anybody on this roster that you want to see get more minutes in the upcoming qualifiers? Or not this roster, but what the potential roster could be?
Right. So, I mean, like a player like Ferreira, I think he has a shot to go to Qatar, but I think he needs to stay in Dallas this year and get the opportunity to play a lot, especially with Pepe no longer being there. But, I look at Sergino Dest as a guy who the second that Ronald Koeman lost his job at Barcelona, that was bad news for Sergino Dest. And I look back and I think the choice for Dest was Bayern Munich or Barcelona. And I remember at the time feeling like, wow, Barcelona's moving in the wrong direction. Why are you doing this? And still happy for him that he got to go to Barcelona, which obviously meant a lot to him. I'd like to see Dest make a move. If Chelsea is that option with Chilwell being out long-term and they need to get somebody of quality, then maybe that would be a possibility or something else. But like Dest in Barcelona, it doesn't look good right now.
Interesting. Jimmy, is Dest your player on the move as well for this window in terms of the importance of one for his career, for the national team, kind of all encompassing?
I don't know if I want him to leave Barcelona, but especially because he's going to have Dani Alves to ask questions of and to lean into.
Don't do that, Jimmy. He's got to go, man.
Okay,
he can text him. He can text him,
Okay, fine.
WhatsApp. They can WhatsApp each other.
But Dest is actually being, at least as we've seen over the last month or two, that he's being used more as a winger than he is as a wing back, which I think maybe plays to his strengths in some capacity. My concern with Dest is the future and what that means. And I'm kind of stating the obvious here, but if he stays at Barcelona, where does he fit? That's one. And then secondly, Barcelona need to make moves to get Ferran Torres registered, given the La Liga financial fair play rules that they have put in place in their own league. And I feel like they might be interested in selling.
I think that's
Dest.
settled, though, with Umtiti's new deal.
Great. That's good to hear.
He's able to clarify that. And by the way, the thing with Dest that I worried about, and Grant, to go back to your point, was when Dest went to Barcelona, I was like, he is a very Dani Alves type of player where I go, would Dani Alves do all right at Augsburg in terms of like, he's flying up the line all the time, but can he play honestly on the backside when he was a young player? And I think about Dest the same way. I was like, okay, Barcelona's the perfect place for him. They're always going to have the ball. He's always going to be in possession. He's going to be in good spots all the time. And it's great. This is perfect for him. But then I go, oh, well, is it great for his development? Maybe not. But is it the right situation for a player like that? Great. Does that fit to the national team? Maybe not. But now he's just kind of being overlooked in terms of his future, and it seems very clear. I just wonder, where do you go from there? Because if you go back to it again, he only played one season at Ajax. It wasn't like we had 3-4 seasons to be like, okay, this is the player, this is the quality that he has. But, I mean, Grant, do you see another club for him that makes sense? Do you think Chelsea, I mean, defensively, does that, I guess he'd be in a wing back position at Chelsea, but I mean, either of you guys, I mean, what would be another club? I mean, we saw with Alphonso Davies, he embraced playing defense very quickly and made that part of his game.
Yeah, I mean, like when you look at Dest's options, I do wish he had gone to Bayern Munich because I think the opportunity was there and that it could have been a situation like Alphonso Davies got at the other side at left back, where he's able to just bomb forward and have a huge impact in the attack. I don't know if Chelsea is a place under Tuchel where the approach would be similar. And so I don't know about the fit there, but I do look at Barcelona, and they've got to realize that Dest is an asset that other clubs would want to buy, given his age and potential. And in Barcelona, I know this Umtiti thing got done to allow Ferran Torres to be added, but Barcelona still wants to add other players in January. And so if they're going to do that, they're going to have to do some more moves. And so selling Dest or loaning him out might be one of them.
I'll jump in and say Chelsea would be interesting from a U.S. men's national team perspective, not because of the relationship with Pulisic, but because Tuchel would force Dest how to defend. And I'm all for that because we need Sergino Dest, if we're going to put him on the right side, to learn that position a little bit better. So there is some silver lining there. Like when Rafa Benitez was at Newcastle with DeAndre Yedlin became a better defender because of that. And mainly because
Sorta.
they only had 15% possession the whole game. So he had to defend. There's no other choice, but his hand was forced. But, with Dest, I think that he would learn something, not only from Tuchel, but from that formation and the players around him about how to maybe be a little bit more adept and savvy with how to play that position. So I don't know. There's a silver lining. I can always find him.
Jimmy, say you're his agent or his manager right now. Are you telling him sit tight, work through it? I mean, taking all the things into consideration, right? A loan move, your development, a World Cup on the horizon. Put on your very expensive watch, your nice suit, and then make the decision for.
I don't have any of those, but I'll do my best to imagine. I'll say that staying at Barcelona is probably at least makes the most sense through the summer, and then you can reevaluate because Barcelona is still a bit of in disarray. I don't think Xavi knows exactly who he's going to count on. He's given young players a ton of chances. But if Ousmane Dembele stays, that's a winger spot and stays healthy, of course. Ansu Fati will be coming back into the team. Memphis Depay was kind of their number 9, but they went out and got Ferran Torres, who also can play out on the wing. And if they're looking at him in that spot, he's going to have a lot of competition. And then obviously the trust that they're already putting in to Dani Alves and being an extension of Xavi on the field, I think is important. And I think I could see them kind of running with him for the next 18 months until his legs fall off and he can't actually win trophies anymore. So I don't know where Sergino Dest's future lies. I don't like him on the left side. I'd prefer him on the right. And I think it could be a little bit difficult to make that happen over the next 12 months, maybe wherever he goes. But if he can find a spot in January and Chelsea's an option, he can get some minutes. It's not the worst scenario of all time. But obviously, again, it gets back to the point I'd made before and what Grant was mentioning. But can we get guys that are playing games more regularly so that they get trusted in a way that maybe some of our Americans aren't? And I think that'll change. That's going to continue to be part of the evolution, but we'll see.
I don't know, Jimmy. I just asked you to be his manager, and you just waffled back and forth on the future of your player's career.
You know what?
Telling him to stay at Barcelona, then maybe
I did. I said stay at Barcelona.
Stay at Barcelona. If I'm Sergino Dest, I'm looking at my guy and I'm saying, listen, we got to part ways, man. You just gave me my options. Those were my options.
Well, I know my options. If you want to go get playing time,
I got you a nice watch. I got you this nice suit that you're making this nice living off me.
You know what? Then this is what I'd say. Go back to Ajax and go play with a team that's actually pretty good in the Champions League, and go play in a system that actually suits your style and what you grew up in, and that way you'll shine and everybody will love you for the rest of the time.
Ajax made out like bandits, dude. They made 20-something million off of
I get it. Now you can buy him back for 15 because they got to figure out some financial. It's great business.
Yeah,
great business.
A new watch for everyone.